Welcome to Chad the Home Care Guy. Real conversations about aging, home care, and the decisions families face every day. Hosted by Chad Fisher, founder of Avail Home Care. Because caring for the people you love shouldn't be confusing. Let's get started.
All right, everybody. It's Chad the Home Care Guy with Avail Home Care, and I'm back today with another episode. Today we are talking with my good friend, Stefani Pastis.
Hello.
And she is from Gulfside Healthcare Services. And I think I almost was initially going to say Gulfside Hospice, but
right.
it's not. It's Gulfside Healthcare Services.
Yes.
So talk a little bit first about who you are, where you're from, how you got here, and like how long have you been in senior care, but how did you choose this profession?
Okay. So I'm actually born and raised native of Florida. I've been here my whole life, and I have been in interfacing people my whole life kind of thing. So I ended up stumbling onto this career on accident. I was interviewing people and asking them what they did for a living, and I came across home health a little over a decade ago and kind of said, yeah, I can try that. And so I have been in the shallow pool with all of you all this time since. Wow. And recently switched over to hospice with Gulfside. I've been with them for a few years now, so a couple of years.
Okay.
And it's a nice transition because we're now rolling in Pinellas, and here we are.
Yeah. Where are you guys at? Where did you start at first? And then now that you're in Pinellas, where previously, where was it?
So I was on the home health side. I took over onto the Pinellas side. We received a certificate of need for Pinellas County. Yeah. We are here, but we're Tri-County now. So originating in Pasco County, hospice been there over 35 years. We are a non-for-profit. Okay. So we're kind of been there for a long time. We are very cool like that. Yeah. It makes things a lot easier. We have some great thrift shops. In case you like a thrift, we have some great thrift shops.
I also like the thrift shop. Yes.
And, we have our philanthropic group. They're raising money. So we're always able to provide services for all of our patients, regardless of payer source and things like that, or needs above and beyond. So we're Tri-County now. So we're Pasco, Pinellas, and Hillsborough. So cool. Kind of taking over that way.
And you guys do a lot of different stuff. Right. But hence the healthcare services, not just hospice. Along with a walkie-talkie. You're a co-sponsor with
the walkie-talkie.
So people that don't know, we have a group called the Walkie-Talkies, and we came up with this along with Angel that works with me at Avail. And it's kind of like a marketing group that we do on the first and third Friday of every month. It's at Cafe Racer in downtown Dunedin, which is literally on the Pinellas Trail. So if anybody's looking for a good hangout place to come get some coffee, some food, hang out with us.
Hang out with us. What it's about, hang out with us.
It's kind of like a marketing in motion kind of thing where we don't just want to go to the regular marketing stuff and pass cards out. And what do you do? What do you do? This way we get to go outside. We get to walk around. We do about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, sometimes maybe a little less. I don't know. But it's a lot of fun and you should be coming to that.
And you will buy you a beverage.
And we will buy you a beverage. That's right. That's right. 12 to 1. I don't know if I said that, but it's noon to 1.
So this Friday.
This Friday. So more people should be showing up this Friday because you're watching this.
Right. Live. Yes. Okay. Perfect.
For families that misunderstand hospice and they don't really know what it is, it's got the stigma, of course. Talk a little bit about not just the services, but when to use it. When's like the best time to get into hospice?
So that is what we're experiencing here coming into Pinellas, is what we're learning is that we are utilizing hospice way too late. So one of the things I could express my deepest for anyone choosing hospice or remotely thinking that hospice could be something they would do is to do it as soon or earlier. Yeah. We're coming in way too late. Yeah. And when I say way too late, we're not able to provide those services for the families, that support, those additional needs, and just kind of take that burden off the caregivers and those that are around. And, we're not a 24-hour service, but we are able to do all these clinical things, be in your home. So we can get it before it gets to that point where we're in the hospital and then we're going to, and then we're figuring it out there. Yeah. So education. if we have a diagnosis that is gone into a decline and we're not sure, getting an assessment is as easy as you at home calling us and saying, hey, can I have someone come out and talk to us about maybe getting my family member on hospice? It's that easy.
Yeah.
And then we do the rest.
And I actually, before we are doing this podcast, I was filming at home doing the hot topics.
Okay.
And my hot topic, one of them was about hospice and waiting too late. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people do. They definitely wait too late, and they feel like, I think I said this in my hot topic, is if they feel like a failure. Even family members feel like they're failing if they have to call in hospice.
Right.
You don't. Everybody should be making that phone call. Yeah. It's like home care for us as well. If you're not making that call and you're not planning ahead, especially with home care, we always get the call where it's too late.
It's bottom of the ninth.
It's one of the things I think that hospice works best with home care. Yeah. Is a lot of times we're not only in there together, but we can also then be a resource for each other when the time does come. But at least there's some oversight between one of our companies in there all the time. And those usually tend to be the people that have planned a little bit ahead and they're doing the right things. And then the families don't get the burnout where they're able to enjoy a lot of time with the other family members because we're there to help out. They don't have to have the burnout of being the caregiver, which is incredible most of the time. It goes pretty quickly. That decline happens really fast. How does Gulfside support not just the patient, but the entire family?
So we have the resources through volunteers. We have our chaplains, not just for the actual patient itself, but sometimes the families will benefit. We do have counselors, bereavement. We have our whole program for bereavement. We have something called a placement program, something different that the other hospices don't have. And sometimes a family member needs more care than we can provide. Even with additional in-home services from a company like you, we can help find a location for them to be in, and then they can piggyback and layer in, because at that point, they're still going to want to have that extra. So we have a place that we can help them find somewhere to live if they don't have anywhere else to live and they can't afford to live on their own by themselves. That's one of one of the resources that we have that I find to be nice. There's no fee for that. It's just something that we do. We go out to the community, we learn about everybody, we learn about all the facilities, and we do. Respite is something that's awesome.
Yeah, respite's huge.
You qualify for. Parameters, you fall into the parameters, families get respite, they have a few days. We also work with facilities in the community to make sure that we can have our people aligned so that they're not driving clear across town or to another community, things like that. I don't know. Did I answer that question right?
You did. That was perfect. Yeah. From your experience, what are families most unprepared for?
Unprepared? I think that we wait too long and then things are in motion way too fast and then they don't have a chance.
They're caught off guard. Of course.
Yeah. They're not caught off guard. All of the writing's there. All of the signs are there.
You would think.
Right. Yeah. And people are like our age. They have kids.
Yeah.
And they have elderly. So this is weird.
The sandwich generation.
Right. That 40 to 60-year-olds are doing everything. We're still working full time. We're still taking our kids places. We're still, trying to have our relationships. And then we have our family member that we're trying to take care of. So I'm not sure why we think we have to burn ourselves, end up sick and end up in the hospital beforehand. So I think what it is that it happens so fast because they did everything they could for so long by themselves without getting the support.
Yeah.
And that's a big, that's something that I'd like us to hopefully educate and remedy.
I mean, that's why I'm here. I think that's why I do all this that I do.
We just like to hang out at the park. It's a nice day.
What's the size of the staff and facility, stuff like that? What's that look like? Not like specific numbers or anything, but how big, especially if you're able to do Tri-County,
so
what does that look like?
The counties themselves are all divided. So Pasco is a whole entity unto itself. And Hillsborough County has their teams, their care teams, and those care teams are, our care coordinator, we have our nurses, we have our CNAs, we have our chaplain, we have our social worker, the volunteers.
Yeah.
So and the nice thing about it is those teams are very specific.
Yeah.
So your team is your team and then everything like that. So The nice thing about Pinellas is that we are very well staffed.
Yeah, that's good.
Knowing that we don't, our care center is a little further. It's north. It's in Pasco, but we have a great accommodation to be able to have our nurses and staff be on site a little bit more frequently if needed.
That's good.
To help care for that. Our nurses have a lower patient load than average companies do.
Yeah. So they're really getting a lot of touch.
They're getting that touch, but they're also they're less to miss.
Right.
But we are humans taking care of humans. So there's no perfection there. So a little, we do the best we can with all that too.
Yeah. But we say the same thing.
Right.
It's a people business.
Right. We're people taking care of people. So yeah. Communication is great. Let us know. We'll fix it or attend to it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Anything that you would, let's say, talk to a family, anything that you would tell them that is probably one of the most important signs to look for you guys?
It's a decline. It's a decline.
Because a lot of times they'll have home health in, they'll have a bunch of different resources. They're coming out of probably a hospital stay, into a decline of something else. I'm sure that there's a time where home health care probably would call you guys as well.
Right.
But is there a certain I know the answer to this, but for people that don't.
He knows the answer. He didn't tell me the answer.
What is it that creates that differentiator from keeping home health care in place and then giving you guys a call?
For me or us, I guess what it is that there's that decline and they can't, it's a decline and they can't stop that decline.
Right.
So we're seeing all that decline going lots of different directions for whatever their diseases.
Because I've seen people actually have home health care in. Maybe some of these home health cares don't have the resource, or maybe they're not thinking of the resources for when they leave the home and they're not coming back again. Right. Which this happens all the time. So you decline enough, you are kind of a failure to thrive at this point. I think that's one of the terms that they use.
Right.
And then they try and get you something, but they don't know really what that is, other than letting you know that, hey, mom or dad is not getting better. This is where we stop.
Right.
Insurance is not paying anymore.
Right.
Here's where you're at. And I think being able to call you guys and then continue these services that they may not even understand are available, where they can still get help and keep going, even though that they are no longer in the insurance paid world.
We do take everybody. Doesn't matter the insurance.
Yeah.
Everybody gets taken in.
So I think that's important for people to understand that once you can't have those insurance paid visits anymore through home health care, if you're not getting better and you are what they call a failure to thrive, there is a secondary option, and hospice is definitely one of those. If you've got something where you're not able to,
a life-limiting disease.
Yeah, life-limiting. That's the term. Yeah,
a life-limiting with any type of decline.
Yeah.
So I can also tell you that working for the company for the last couple of years, I have also seen a lot of our patients graduate. So sometimes it's just a little extra attention, a little extra services, a little bit of, for the family to get a break too in there, get that in there. And then they just need that extra step, because I'm telling you, these baby boomers, they are a generation to not be messed with.
Yeah.
You just give them a little extra.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, there you go. Thank you so much. You are no longer in decline. And we are no longer able to service you with our particular service line.
Which is awesome.
Which is great.
And that's something that people probably don't realize with hospice, is that there is a graduation. You can come off of hospice. It doesn't mean the stigma of end of life.
Right.
There are positives to having it, and you can graduate and come away.
And there's a lot of things too. There's a lot of procedures, medical procedures, and sometimes our bodies are just not capable of handling another round of maybe chemo or any kind of anything that they have, and the doctor's like, well, you just can't handle it.
Right.
So actually having hospice come in, because now you're not receiving any of those medications, and having us come in and give that extra care sometimes can get us to that level. And if your PCP pulls those records again and orders that blood work ready to go, then again, we're out.
And you're good.
Yeah. So it should be more of a resource instead of end of life. And when I'm saying end of life, we shouldn't be seeing your family member within 72 hours of them passing away.
Right.
That is a disservice to you and to them. And, it's just a horrible experience, and I was told, I have, by my mentors, she said that every person, and she's been doing this for over 20 years, every person that she's ever interacted with that has had hospice has never said, I wish I called you later.
I agree. 100%.
Everybody they all say, I wish I called you sooner.
Yeah. So, and we get that with our business as well.
We're a parallel business. We work together like a marriage of business, because where we stop, you pick up.
Yep.
We're not at 24 hours. So that's also a little bit of a myth.
Yeah.
This is not 24 hours. You have to call Avail after, because we can't do 24 hours. And I think that's also the other thing. What do you mean they're not staying?
Right.
What do you mean they're not going to be here?
We get calls about that.
Yeah.
We have hospice in place and they're not able to stay.
Yeah.
We're going to need you guys,
So it's a group effort.
Yeah.
We all work together. But the earlier the better, because then we can track that together. We can plan that together. We have our care team. Your family members are aware. Everybody knows what's going on. And we're not there again at the very end when everyone's scurrying and everyone's tired and nobody's slept.
Yeah.
And we've lost some of that precious interaction time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Any standout person, not naming names, but anything that you remember that was a touching story of how you guys helped somebody specifically and you knew the story of that?
We have a couple stories. We had a family member. I have two different ones, but one had a better, I guess, for them, their family. They had come in. It was a family. They had it was for oncology. Through oncology, they did not have really good results on their blood work, and so we don't know what to do. So I was like, okay, well, they put them on our hospice, and they ended up. I think it was after 9 weeks. I want to say 9 or 10 weeks. We don't do the blood work, but I just made a really loud noise on your speaker. We don't do the blood work, but their oncologist that was working with them actually did rerun blood work.
Yeah.
And their levels were up, platelets and things were good. So I was like, fire them, revoke them.
Yeah.
Out.
No kidding.
And they went through another cycle. And I think that was more eye-opening. The family was like just thankful because of a service that we provided.
Yeah.
But I think that the oncologist was like, wait, this is a really good idea. So that there's so many of them. We have a lot of touching stories that we hear. Being that we just started in Pinellas, I get to do some cool stuff. Like I get to actually go out with the nurses and meet the families. And I can just tell you, again, this baby boomer generation, they are amazing. The way that they handle things, you're dealing with people, they're terminal.
Yeah.
I had a husband ask, and we were in their home and his wife were assessing her. And it was late. It was after 5. It was almost 6:30. And he's like, do you want a glass of wine? Like he was just like, this is process. This is how we do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was like, rain check on that. Yeah.
I'll be back in a few hours.
Yeah. It's a nice dynamic. A lot of these people that we deal with, and all ages, the younger are harder, but everybody fights the good fight that we have. I just feel like education is really where we're at. And that's where we're missing.
I agree. Yeah. And that's why I'm here doing this. And I think it's one of the most important things that can be done in healthcare today, because the system is incredibly wild.
That's a great word.
And we don't understand it all. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it all.
Right.
I try and understand as much as I can of it, but it constantly changes. It's constantly moving. And it's constantly letting people down, unfortunately. And that's the stories we hear all the time. So I think the more people understand the resources they have that are good resources and people that want to help and be a part of this process, then I'll keep doing these for that reason. So
just brief synopsis too. And this is hospice in general. Informational visits are huge. If you need us to come out or anyone come out, you can make the phone call, request it through your doctor if you wanted to. It's not necessary to go through a medical provider. You as a family member can call. We'll come out, we'll do the assessment, We'll talk to the family. We'll go through everything, talk about resources, what we can have, what we have available, and then you can decide. With a hospice, it also includes your deliverable medical equipment. So if we're now needing hospital beds, wheelchairs, walkers, anything that we need that we can we will bring it in, and they're quick.
Yeah,
they're good
that's
about
awesome.
it. But there are some things that we need a little bit more time with. So if we have some like a bypass, there's some different different more complex medical equipment. Waiting too long causes a delay of service.
Another reason why you want to do it early.
Another reason why you want to do it early. We do have our care center. A lot of the hospitals have them. Our care center, we have 2 in Pasco County. Our brand new Wild Center. It's a fantastic 24-bed, state-of-the-art facility. Just opened. For lack of a better words, because I am non-medical or non-clinical. It's like an ER for our patients. So we don't lose them in the system.
Right.
We get them there. If we can't control their symptoms at home, you take them to that facility. Average stay is 3 to 5 days. We get them good to go, and we can bring them back. And that's our goal. Everybody age in place. That's always our goal, right?
It is.
To get everybody to
our
be
goal too.
Right. That's the overall community. That's our goal on this side of the world.
Right.
I don't know what everyone else is doing, but our goal is, I don't know what some other people are doing in some other places, but
that is our goal.
Age in place. Wherever your home is, that's where we want to be.
That's exactly what we say too.
So that's it.
So, well, thank you.
Well,
Appreciate it.
It was so awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Friday.
We will see you at Walkie Talkie Cafe Racer 12 to 1.
Okay. Get you a little beverage. It'll be lovely.
That's right. That's right. And thanks again, guys, for watching. Please make sure you share this. And I am now on several different platforms. So TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, all those. So please reach out and make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow, all that good stuff. And I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
And until next time, guys, this is Chad, the home care guy with Avail Home Care, and we will see you later. Take care. Bye.